Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Steven,
And I'm Troy.
and this is the Unfiltered Podcast, which we will probably change because on SoundCloud there's a fuckload of Unfiltered Podcasts, so we'll probably change it to our original name, which we had years ago. Also,
Yeah,
a quick little thing: Troy's mic is kind of fucked up,
it's being fucky.
like right there.
Well, alright.
And right
See,
there,
we
yeah,
go.
it comes and goes, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Sadly, if you don't want to watch it, it's understandable.
Yep, hopefully by the next time I figure it out. Maybe it's just the ping. Maybe the drivers that were just downloaded fucked it up. So,
Maybe your mic just
Yeah.
sucks.
well, probably. It is a headset mic.
Yeah, we got to get you like a good mic.
I gotta get a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true. So first things first. You had a guy come into your work. I don't know if it was today,
Tonight.
tonight.
Yep.
And said that he had listened to our podcast. But the way you described him, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, and I didn't get his name either, but to you, guy, you're dope.
Yeah, why the fuck are you listening to this podcast? If you're listening on the YouTube, just comment that it was you, and then we'll go, oh, okay. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, comment, and we'll go, oh, okay.
If you're listening to this through the Aether, we'll find a Ouija board.
No, we won't.
Alright.
No, we won't. We'll go to Grafton, though.
Alright.
Future episode.
Yes. And also, if you're confused that we use our actual names, we recorded a different podcast and both of our names just came out.
Yeah, it just happened. Like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody. And if it helps, nobody really knows what you look like.
Except for that one guy now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you've actually shown your real face in any of my YouTube videos. So.
Depends on which channel.
Oh wait, no. Yes, you have. It was the garage video with my old race car fender.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of that
Spoiler.
video, I'm available to work in your auto shop. So whatever you need.
Yes, if you need Troy to fuck something up, he is definitely available.
I'm Irish. That's what I'm good at.
You're also really good at C-3PO impersonations.
Yes, sir. Always.
So, I have a couple topics. At least I'm going to try to remember them. First
I will try to speak.
of all, Code Red. I don't know why, but I wanted to get a fucking Mountain Dew Code Red. So.
And I haven't had a soda in like 3 weeks.
It's been a while, so I decided to treat myself today. And your mom didn't yell at me, so I guess that's also a plus.
Oh, I'm waiting for her to yell at me.
Spoilers. Oh shit. I should have wrote these down because I thought about these the other day.
I'll eventually get organized.
Yeah. And actually write down topics. What's the craziest thing that you've ever experienced in like school? Like, doesn't have to be high school. Like, just it could be like elementary school or middle school or high school.
Craziest thing I've personally done and gotten pretty much away with, in daycare. Like before kindergarten. And the daycare people that are still there to this day say, you're the only kid that's ever gotten away with this. They sent me to the office because I was being a little shit.
Shocker.
And I got so mad that I got sent to the office instead of being able to play. I grabbed a chair, threw it at the window, and then proceeded to knock a computer off the desk. Whoa, that's weird.
What?
Oh, I can just hear static.
Oh, you could hear it?
It's gone.
Oh, yeah. Imagine how my ears are, So for me, I mean, in preschool, I had a table thrown on me. But
Your backyard wrestling days started young. Huh?
very, very young, like before I even liked professional wrestling. No, I would say the craziest thing that I've done though that I got away was smoking on school grounds.
I never tried that. I was a good kid at that point.
Well, I was legal, so I mean, there's that. I was 19. I was at Mill Creek, and I figured if I was sitting on my car, it would be okay because one of the teachers drove by and waved as I was taking a drag. So I figured, hey, fuck it, I'm on my car, it's cool. Then the resource officer was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm fucked." And he came up and he's like, "Listen, I've already background checked you. I know you're legal. You just can't do it on school grounds." I'm like, "All right, cool." The other one was going 130 through the gorge. I got away with that one. Almost.
Dude, I went over 100 through the gorge, test driving a car.
Mine
That
was
was fun.
like that one was kind of freaky because that like I should have went to jail and B got a felony ticket, but I didn't. I mean, I got a ticket, but it wasn't a felony or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
I didn't do a whole lot of crazy stuff. I was just focused on going to school, getting my shit done so I could go home and forget that people fucking exist. That was more or less what I did.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys were expecting some sort of crazy ass story from me.
I was. For the short time that I've known you, like I was just like, oh yeah, one time I threw a fucking M80 down a toilet and blew the principal right off the toilet seat.
No, all my teachers fucking loved me. People thought I was a teacher's pet. I just shut the fuck up and did my shit. I didn't give a damn about anyone else.
I was not really the teacher's pet, but
I mean, I graduated early. Like, I was just, fuck this shit. The only reason I stayed in high school my senior year at all was to play football. Like, I could have graduated before my senior year if I had wanted to. I just didn't. I just like to play football. I got to hit people legally and not get in any trouble. So
should have went into professional wrestling. Hey,
yeah.
all I'm saying is a lot of pro football players went in professional wrestling. That's all I'm saying.
You're right, but I'm nowhere near as good as the professional players. So I don't think I'd be anywhere near as professional as the professional wrestlers. I can only fake so much.
Well, if you think about it, The Rock only he couldn't make it in the NFL, so he went to Canada and then he got hurt.
Yeah, and then he followed his father's footsteps, who somehow makes Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his WWE prime look small. Dear God.
Rocky Maivia was a damn good wrestler. But then you also got like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, who were in the NFL.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar was only in there for a preseason.
Yeah.
For the Vikings.
Goldberg, I think he did a couple years with the Falcons. So.
And I remember reading that there's an NFL player debating on going back or going to the WWE.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, not at all. But
Speaking of work, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at work?
some of it I can't talk about.
Okay, say one that you can talk about.
All right. Well,
As a robot.
yes. I put my import into someone's outport.
What the fuck? Serious?
No.
Oh, damn, dude. I was like, man, you got some major fucking balls.
No, I had one of my managers when I was working at a kitchen job. It was like 1 a.m. at this point, and even the line cooks were out. Like, we closed at like 10, and we were just that busy. And he finally just calls everyone to the back. He's like, alright, look, if we're gonna be here the rest of the fucking night, we're not gonna stay sober. And pulls out a totally not illegal smoking device with some totally not illegal smoking stuff. And he goes, alright, Troy, you get the first hit. Yeah, that was a night.
He's talking about cigarettes, folks.
Oh, yes.
Marlboro.
Not your Grand Taffy cigarettes,
Yeah,
though.
cigar weed.
Wacky tobacco.
Yeah, definitely wacky tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
The only cigarette that won't give you lung cancer.
Yeah.
What was the topic? And I'm the one who goddamn started it.
Craziest thing you've
Craziest?
done at work.
Fuck that I've done at work. I banned someone from the gas station I worked at during my shifts. I wouldn't really say that was crazy. Almost got in a fight once. The guy said he was going to kick my ass, and so I told him what time I got off.
Oh, I did the same thing at that same kitchen job. Almost got into a fight with another person that was working there. Because he was being a fucking asshole. Finally, he looked at me, he's like, you know what? You better watch your mouth, boy, or someone's going to put you in your place. So I just walked right up to him. Alright. Put me in my place. And he shut the fuck up and kind of did his job for the rest of the night until I told him to just go the fuck home because he wasn't doing jack shit.
So I got a story. I was talking with two of my coworkers today before I got off work, and the military was brought up, and one of them just laughed at the story because there was a story about a drill sergeant that was just yelling at a recruit or soon-to-be recruit, and another guy comes walking up and he goes, "What's up, sir?" And the Marine drill sergeant turns slowly and just points and goes, "Run," and then like runs with him but screaming at him at the same time. The other coworker goes, "See, that's why I couldn't join the military, because if a drill sergeant would do that, I'd square up with him and fight him." To which he couldn't see the giant smile on my face because of the mask. The only thing I said was, "All right, do it."
Make their...
Because that's the one thing recruiters like to hear. "I want to join, but I'd get in a fight with the drill sergeant for yelling at me." And they will literally say that too. Just sign right here on the paper. Do it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Well, it's not like I would just punch him or anything like that. Like, he would yell at me and I would just say, 'Suck a dick.'" And I'm like, "Oh, it wouldn't be him hitting you. It'd be everybody else because of that action, you get everybody else smoked, and you would get a code red." And he just kind of stood there. I'm like, "You ain't gonna tell the drill sergeant shit."
I mean, look, if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket, see what happens when you fuck with the squad.
Yeah, that blanket party is technically called at least when my dad was in, it was code red. I can't remember what it's called now. I don't think they even do that anymore. Because the fucking army has gone such fucking pussified little fucks. Like, they don't want you to knife point anymore. They're getting rid of shark attacks. There's a stupid goddamn card that, like, if a recruit feels like he's getting yelled at too much or some shit like that, he'll just pull it out. And the drill sergeant, like, has to take it easy on him.
What?
Yeah, Army's gone complete shit.
They're being trained to be killers. Alright, let's not, like, pussyfoot around that.
The Marines don't give a fuck. They're like, "Nah, we don't care."
I mean, that's Marines. They're a different breed of fuck. They're crazy.
I was talking to a Marine about it. I'm like, "So do you guys still knife point?" He goes, "Oh yeah, we fucking knife point. We don't give a fuck." Thing is, I still fuck with that Marine. Like, every time he comes in, which I think he's on deployment because I haven't seen him for a while. But every time he comes, I think the last time I saw him was last year, actually. But he came in, I'm like, "Dude, next time you come in, I got some grants for you." And he laughed. He thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, the Marines don't give a flying fuck. Like, I worked with a Marine at a different kitchen job. And, you know, one night he looks up to me, he's like, "Man, I served 3 tours in Afghanistan. I've literally killed people with my bare hands. This kitchen bullshit fucking sucks." I'm like, "You're not wrong." It's like, you know what? I'm gonna cheer everyone up. What's pussy spelled backwards?
When I was tempted on joining the Marines, I would always go see my recruiting officer, well, recruiting sergeant, I guess, because he's not an officer. I can't remember his name either, but I could imitate his voice perfectly. Every time I'd walk in, I'm not going to say my last name for obvious reasons, so I'll just say my first name. I'd walk in, he goes, "I'm going to kick you in the nuts, Mr. Steven." Every single fucking time I walked in, and I would just kind of laugh. And the other reason why he started saying that is because when the recruits and the Marines actually went paintballing, I'm the one who shot him in the face. Because he was just sitting at their spawn, and I was behind a barrel, and I saw him, and I popped up, and thunk. And it was like the Kennedy assassination. His head just went poof, and went right back. And I just waved, and he flipped me off. And right after that, it's every time I went into the office, "I'm going to kick you in the nuts, Mr. Steven." Finally, one day I walk in, and he says that. And I'm like, "Don't worry, your wife will kiss him later for me." And he just stopped and went, "What?" I'm like, "You heard me. I'm going to dip him right in your wife's mouth." And he's like, "You're all right, Mr. Steven. You're all right." After that, he stopped saying it. So it was pretty cool.
I made the mistake when I was in the junior ROTC program for where we live, and they did PT once every 2 weeks, just because they like to have it on Friday, and the days we would have it would switch every week. So, one time, the Marines came to do PT for us, and this was when I was like peak football, like I was in fantastic physical health.
Right.
And we're running around the football field, going to each station, and we're about halfway done. And I just look at the Marines and I go, "Aren't you guys supposed to make this hard?"
Oh, no.
And they're just like, "Oh, really? All right, Mr. Tough Guy.
Uh-oh.
You have to run around the entire football field before you even get to the next station. And you better hurry, you're on a time limit." And I did it. Like, I only had like 3 or 4 more sections left, but I sprinted it. I was dead.
They're lucky they didn't smoke you, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They must have been reserves.
My sergeant, if he had heard me say that, he would not have been easy on me. My God.
So since we're on the topic of schools, did you ever get any fights?
Just one.
Like throughout like your whole schooling career?
Yep.
Serious?
Unless you want to count football, yeah.
Not football. That's just the sporting activity. Wow. That just makes it sound like I got more anger issues.
I just didn't give a fuck.
Like my first year of kindergarten, I got in a fight. I don't remember for what, but like me and my sister went to the exact same school, and she heard, going around, "Oh, there's a kindergartner getting in a fight with a third grader." She immediately knew it was me, and she just thought that I was getting my shit kicked in. And when she got to the front, she noticed that I was actually like squatting on top of the dude's chest and just wailing him in the face. And then I got held back.
The age-old saying, "Fuck around and find out."
A lot of people think just because I'm short that I'm an easy target, and so like they'll pick on me at first, and I'll just ignore it, and then they'll start going with the bullying. And usually I'll give them a pass, and by that I mean I'll go to like the principal and see if they'll handle it, and when they don't, then I'll handle it. And yeah, I got in a lot of fights, especially at East Elementary. I got in a fight pretty much every other week.
Yeah, that's how I got into a fight. This kid had been bullying me for about a solid month straight. I had tried telling him to calm down. Like, "Look, I don't know why you hate me so fucking much, but if you could stop, that would be great." It's like, "Whatever, you fat fuck." And I'm like, "Alright." So about a month that goes on, I go to the principal's office. I go, "Hey, this kid's picking on me. I need you guys to do something about it, or I'm gonna handle it." And, they say, "Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it." I'm like, "Well, you better."
Which is code for we're not going to do anything.
Yeah. So that very same day, he starts picking on me again. And And I don't know why. I remember exactly what he said that finally triggered the, oh, I'm gonna fuck him up. So I had a friend, this was in gym class, and I had a friend, he was just like, look, man, you shouldn't pick on Troy. He could beat you up if he wanted to. The kid looks at me and goes, man, the only thing he could beat me at is a video game. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Okay, motherfucker.
And that's what set you off?
Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Yeah. So, I went, followed him to the buses, punched him in the stomach, got him to the ground, and then a bus driver pulled us off of each other.
Yeah. My last fight was when Desert Hills Middle School, still an intermediate school. And for some reason, this one kid just thought it was real fun just to start picking on me. Like, it was small stuff at first, just pieces of paper, and I was just ignoring it. And it was only on the bus. Like, it was never at school. And then he started, it was those sugar straws that are made out of, like, paper. I can't remember the name of it. He would...
Pixie sticks?
Yeah. He would take those and wad it up into a spit wad and start throwing them at me. And so I get home from school, and I tell my mom, I'm like, hey, there's this kid. He's bullying me. He's picking on me. Either you go to the principal and handle it, or I'm going to handle it tomorrow. And she's like, I'll call the principal the first thing in the morning. I'm like, okay, cool, because I don't want to beat this kid's ass. And next day, my mom, she did that because she knows I'm being serious. She called the principal, and they said, okay, we're going to talk to him when they get here. And they actually did. They pulled him in the office. And I guess they said my mom called them to inform him that he was picking on me and whatnot. And I guess all they did was give him a warning. School ends. I get on the bus. I'm just sitting there, and I notice he comes on, and I'm like, yeah, we're about to fight. It's going to happen. And he sits right behind me, and all he said was mama's boy, and that just set me off. And, like, I backflipped over the seat, and I did a professional wrestling move. No, I gave him the crippler crossface.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds dope, so I'm assuming it looked cool.
So basically, the bone area where your thumb meets your wrist.
Yeah.
You'd basically put like their nose right underneath, and you'd interlock your fingers and then pull up.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Hurts.
And so that's all I did. But the thing was, I had it locked perfectly. And this chick we called Nikki Big Hips, she just stands up and goes, fight. And everybody immediately then looks and notices that I got this dude in this move. But this is how strong of a hold I had on him. It took the bus driver, four or five guys, and 3 girls to rip me off. And when they finally did that, I pretty much like Spartan kicked his face, and it rebounded off the window like a and that caused him to cry in front of the whole fucking bus. Needless to say, I got suspended. He didn't. And I got suspended from the school and the bus, so I was pretty much fucked. But my mom comes and picks me up. And I'm like, am I in trouble? And she goes, no. I'm like, okay. And she goes, but you're going to have to tell your dad. I'm like, fuck. And so dad gets home, and I didn't tell him. I was too fucking nervous because my dad did not like me fighting. I mean, even though he taught me how to fight in a way, he didn't like me fighting. And comes dinner time, I sit down at the table. My dad goes, so, heard you beat the fuck out of a kid on the bus. And I'm like, yes, sir. He goes, next time wait till he gets off the bus and then whoop his ass. That way you're not on school grounds. I was like, oh, cool. My mom was like, don't fucking tell him that. That was the last fight I ever got into. But here's the bullshit part where it almost went into round 2. He started going around telling people I kicked him in the nuts. And when I found that out, I was furious. But this one guy who actually witnessed it went up and said, listen, I know for a fact he didn't kick you in the nuts. He kicked you in the face. Steven knows, and he wants to fight you. And he later saw me in school, and he took 2 giant steps to the right. I'm like, that's right, motherfucker. But here's the thing. I guess out of high school, he joined the Navy and became a CB. This dude is fucking jacked. Like, this dude could eat me. He is that jacked. He still moved over 2 steps. I was like, motherfucker, you could eat me. Yeah, it was the last fight I ever got into. except for the one at work, but that wasn't a fight. That was almost a fight, and not at the work I'm at now. So your mom doesn't have to worry.
I don't know, fighting, I'm more or less a pacifist. But I will fuck someone up if I have to.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Me now, it's pretty much like you can make fun of me all you want. Like I'm 33. I don't want to fight anymore. Like I just want to race. I just want to live life, But the moment you start going after my family, there's no warnings there.
I'm very defensive on the ones that I love and care for.
Yeah.
Unless physical threats are made, I don't. You want to call my mom stupid? I'm gonna call you a fucktard, and warn you that if it persists, like I said earlier, fuck around, find out.
Word.
But if someone legitimately threatens my family, no holds barred, you're dead. Like, I don't care about my ramifications. Like, and I say this, I know I don't. Well, I mean, I guess people have said I look physically intimidating, but I got chub.
You got more it's like a muscular fat.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me. Like I got a little bit of stomach, but it's like 90% muscle.
It's just one of those things. I don't want to put off that persona that, oh yeah, I'll fuck anyone up because I can fuck anyone up.
Yeah.
It's more of I just don't like to fight unless I have to.
There was one time in ninth grade. It was ninth grade? Yeah, it was ninth grade. I hadn't had my surgery yet, so I was still fine. But there's these rich boys that thought it'd be funny to try and fuck around. And I guess they found out my mom was German or something like that. I don't know how they found out, but they pretty much called my mom a Nazi and threw their arm up in a Heil Hitler. I pretty much looked at the smallest guy, and I just socked him right in the sternum, which dropped him, and I looked at the bigger guy. I'm like, that's going to be you next if you keep it up. Then I looked at our bus driver, and I was like, if you don't fucking put an end to it, I'm going to put an end to it. And he's like, oh, I know. I'll stop it. I'm like, damn right. And I got off the bus, and that was it. Karma came back to bite that little fucker in the ass, too. Because, his ninth grade year when I was at Pineview High, he was fucking around with someone in the locker room. And I guess he was just, I'm rich, I could do whatever the fuck I want kind of a thing. And he said something to someone he shouldn't have. And he went into the shower, and the guy followed and shoved him. And he just went face first right into the floor, and it broke his nose, shattered his front teeth completely out. Like, it fucked him up.
Well,
I laughed.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, man.
Damn right.
Sympathy for those people, man. Like, if I start doing that stupid shit and I get fucked up, I expect you to look at me and go, fuck you, dumbass. You know what I mean?
So speaking of dumbasses, Troy, we have a sponsor.
That's right, we do have a sponsor. Today's sponsor is My Dick. My Dick is great for on your way to work, when you're trying to sleep, and whatever you need it. And if you use our promo code, Troy's number, you'll get a lifetime guarantee of My Dick. So, please, don't wait. Use our code now, and you can get a lifetime supply of the greatest investment you've ever made, My Dick.
My mom's gonna love that one.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, use if you want a piece of Troy's unlimited dick, use our promo code 3 inches.
3.5.
Oh, sorry.
It's that half an inch that makes the difference. All right.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This
is the video that's gonna get us taken off of YouTube.
Look, if Joe Rogan can sit there and smoke weed on YouTube,
that's true.
And talk to fucking whoever and make dick jokes all the goddamn time, like, come on.
He's on Spotify now, so.
I know, and good on him. Like, he's making fucking money.
Yeah, and now people like the Spotify employees want to like censor him.
I know they.
And then the owner of Spotify was like, "No, that's not what we're doing."
Like, realize how much of a friend they have in Joe Rogan.
I mean, did they not watch his shit beforehand?
Yeah, he is, like, almost completely a liberal, at least old-fashioned liberal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, live and let live. Who cares what you're doing?
He's like a Satanist.
Yeah. Like, for complete and utter transparency, I'm a libertarian. Like, I'm voting for Joe Jurgensen, not Joe Biden, not pedophile Joe. And not fucking
China.
orange... China. Not fucking orange man with the alien on his fucking head.
I mean, he was right about calling it the Chinese virus, though, if you think about it.
I mean, he's not wrong. I don't even know why that was such a big fucking controversy.
Because it's Trump.
I mean, Trump could literally, like...
He'll fart and they'll call it racist.
He could literally solve world hunger. And people would be like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, he didn't do it the right way. So
Yeah. Yeah, we're not turning this into politics. We're not. Or no.
We're not. It's just, I don't know. There's a reason I don't have social media right now.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I am pretty fucking close.
Like, sometimes I watch the Philip DeFranco show to get caught up on the news. Other times, I'm just like, I don't need to fucking know. They say ignorance is bliss, and sometimes they're right.
I kind of stay away from Philip DeFranco.
Man, I've been watching his shit for years.
Especially when like that Gundam and Pokemon shit was going down. He pretty much sided with Pokemon and like didn't even acknowledge like what Gundam was actually saying.
I don't understand the controversy.
So it's a Gundam uses like a VR kind of thing, and he was in a satire joking way made fun of Pokemon's donors and whatnot, and he used pictures that were done in a jokingly manner, but he didn't know that they were jokes, which he later was like, that one's on me. But Pokemon, I guess someone sent it to her or something like that, and she didn't watch the whole 20 minutes, but she basically was like, oh, someone's making fun of me for 20 minutes, calling me a thought and all this, which he never called her a thought. And she ended up going after one of his sponsors, and this huge, he still won't say this, it was like a AAA game company was about to sponsor him, and they dropped him because of it. And it was bad to the point where Leafy started going after Pokemon before he got deleted. And
That's why Leafy came back. Jesus.
No, it wasn't necessarily her, but he made a lot of videos about her, and yeah, it bit the dust because of fucking liberalism on YouTube. But Philip DeFranco decided to talk about it because it was blowing up, and he took it way out of context and pretty much put it in favor for Pokemon instead of being that neutral kind of reporting that he tends to do. And I mean, Gundam and Pokemon are now chill, and ironically, Pokemon is now doing the exact same shit. She's using VR for her videos, and a lot of people called her out on it because when she was doing that rant about him, she made fun of his avatar. It was like, why would you do this kind of a thing or something like that? And then she goes around and does that. And the only thing Gundam did was like, oh, that's my wife is doing this now. That's cool. You'd like the Gundam. His shit is like the stuff we would like. I mean, you'll love his shit.
I don't give a fuck about YouTube drama, or I guess in this case Twitch drama. Although I do have to talk about a Twitch streamer I found the other night. Her name is Momo. And
I don't know.
No, literally the first time I clicked on her video, she's doing I don't think she was doing VR, but she was playing Phasmophobia.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't have she had like an avatar rather than herself on the screen. And the first thing I hear when I log into the stream was, when was the last time you touched a ghost's asshole? And I'm like, you know what? I'm in the right spot. This is where I need to be.
Fap.
No, because she
Uh,
had an anime avatar.
I I watch a lot of VR streamers on Twitch. I watch Lavathon when I can. Um, the huge one I really watch is Sean VR, who's from Scotland, and he does a lot of like female anime avatars, and yeah, he's fun to watch. I like his shit. Another like I have a buddy of mine who works for Cloud9. He streams.
Yeah,
He's
he always tells me his stream name, and I always forget to look him up.
Gucci
Do
Goob.
we want? What was that?
Gucci Goob.
Gucci Goob?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So if anyone's listening, go
Check him out.
check him out. His shit's actually really good.
He's an honest to God nice guy.
He is.
Like,
He's a
every
really.
time I walk in, he's just
He also
the friendliest
cosplays.
guy.
He's a cosplayer too. His shit's actually pretty cool.
I can see it.
So speaking about Twitch and whatnot, are you gonna be actually like streaming now?
I'm gonna fucking try. I need to get a second monitor because, fuck, that was the one that you kind of just told me what was going on. Like the fact that I had to keep going back and back to the Streamlabs was just fucking. Although it did get me a bit salty because I think my save file on the Outer Worlds got deleted because I was like 4 hours when I logged in. What you saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 4 hours behind what I stopped at.
I wasn't even honestly. I wasn't watching it. I was like, okay, I could hear him, and then I'm gonna start insulting them, and that's what I did.
Fair.
You could do what I did, and just
Stick my finger in my asshole.
no, use your TV. Like, get another TV, or get a TV, and there's this thing you get at Best Buy, and you get an HDMI cord, and you hook it into that, and it basically turns it into a dual monitor, which is what I'm doing.
Wait, so I get like a splitter connection?
No,
Or-
like I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, just do that.
But yeah, I have a Twitch,
Also,
so
Mrs. Penguin's mom, hope you enjoyed the podcast.
she's probably stopped listening by now. She's like, no, that's too much. That's too much sexual shit. No.
She probably just did not enjoy our sponsor, which once again is my dick.
It's not a very good sponsor, Mom. Trust me.
It's a great sponsor. If you ask me.
It stinks and sometimes doesn't work.
Always works when it's called upon. Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck?
My phone is making noises.
Copyright. What games do you plan on streaming?
So, I know
Yeah, just hit my mic.
you and I want to do a particular game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to keep that a surprise because I don't know if we're going to be able to do it.
Well, I mean, would you plan on doing it on Halloween?
No, because I work on Halloween.
Oh, shitty.
So it would have to be like a few days before Halloween.
Well, if we streamed it, then it wouldn't really. Well, no, that's Spooktober, I guess. I mean, we could do it in the month of October, so it doesn't really matter.
And I mean, or we could wait till I get off work that night. Like
That depends on my scheduling for the next day.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I'm talking like technically the day before Halloween when I start my shift. Then like the
Well, when you
1
get
a.m.
off, it
on
would
Halloween.
still be. It would technically be Halloween.
1 a.m.
So-
on
yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. See if we can't get my shit figured out.
Yeah,
You
you're
guys.
gonna have. Yeah, have to. Yeah. What other like? But what kind of games do you plan on streaming?
I've been having a lot of fun watching and playing Among Us. Like, it's just fun.
Do you have that on PC?
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, I have it on my phone as well.
There's also another game that might make me look like a weeb, but I'm also having fun with that. It's called. Oh, why can't I remember the name? Genshin Impact.
I'm not even gonna pretend that I know that one.
Just think of it more like a Breath of the Wild meets massive multiplayer game.
Mm.
I'm having a blast with it. It's a free-to-play game, so that means there are microtransactions, but not like game-breaking microtransactions. And also, I never spend money on free-to-play games, so
Yeah, neither do I. Hell, I hardly buy DLCs, so.
I mean, I might play some Rainbow Six Siege. Like, I don't know.
I need to get back into streaming.
Do it, fool.
It's just, it's discouraging when you don't get a lot of followers.
I mean, I know one of my regulars and kind of a friend, more of an acquaintance than a friend. She streams. After about 2 or 3 months, she has over 100 followers now.
You're gonna have to send me her Twitch and I'll go check it out.
I mean, I'm just gonna plug her in here. Half Ash, HAFASH.
I'm not gonna remember that.
I'll send you I'll send you her name. But yeah, she streams. She doesn't always play the games that I enjoy to watch. That's always nice seeing.
What does she tend to play?
Sea of Thieves.
Dude, I want to play that.
It does not look interesting to me.
Dude, it looks like a shittier cartoon version of Pirates.
Yeah.
I've been getting into Skyrim.
Oh, dude. Don't let God Howard hear you say that.
Like, yeah.
He might release it again.
I was finally like talked into, oh, you should play it. And so I was like, fuck it. So I bought it and I'm like, yeah. My friend was like, so you got Skyrim? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, which race did you pick? And I'm like, the Master. And she's like, the Master? I'm like, yeah, the Master race.
Oh god.
and she responds back with, oh, I'm not gonna say my buddy's name, but she was like, yeah, he picked Nord too. I'm like, how the fuck did he know? And she's like, oh, because they consider themselves superior. I'm like, fuck yeah, brother. And then he texts back. He goes, blonde hair, blue eye, dude. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Another game that I would love to stream, and just give me more of an excuse to replay it, is The Witcher 3. Oh,
see,
so
I got Witcher 2 because it was free, and like I played maybe like 30 seconds and I was like, nope. And then I took it off my hard drive, and then I don't know if I got talked into it or if I just said, I'll just give it another go, and I did, and I played quite a bit of it, and then I just stopped playing. But everyone's like, you gotta play The Witcher 3.
I will say I played The Witcher 2, and it's okay. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just okay.
Like, I had times where it was like, all right, cool, and then it just slowly came into a thing where it was like a half hour of play. Nothing like Red Dead Redemption 2, where I could literally play for hours on end, or Fallout 4, or Skyrim, or like the Brothers in Arms series. Like it would just I started losing like interest in The Witcher 2.
Yeah, but The Witcher 3 is honest to God a masterpiece. Like, there are very few flaws with it, in my opinion. Like, I think it's one of the most well-crafted games ever made, and it's why I'm so excited for Cyberpunk 2077. I hope I'm not as disappointed as another game that I bought this year.
Which, if you listen to the first podcast, I'm pretty sure he said it. So.
Did I talk about The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that it's a horrible game, because it's not. It's just disappointing. You know what I mean?
No, because I don't like The Last of Us.
Well, you're gay anyway. I mean, no. Friend
Like, I literally,
PC.
I played up until, I think they got to Utah or something like that. And I was just
You're
like, eh.
literally at the end.
Maybe it wasn't Utah. Like, it was that building that was somewhat collapsed and you had to watch after the clickers.
That does not, like, tone it down one bit. But if it was more near the beginning, then I think I know the area you're talking about.
I can't remember. It's been so long, but like I didn't find it fun.
I mean, I get it. Not every game is for everyone.
I mean, I was like, I could see how people can find it entertaining. I just don't.
Also,
What I really want is Left 4 Dead 3.
Oh, dude. I got so excited when I saw that they updated Left 4 Dead 2 this year.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they added a new campaign. It's very short.
Huh.
They did add something. But also, I just want to say this to everyone that's going to get offended that I called him gay. Just know, in my mind, all of my gay friends are straight, and all of my straight friends are gay. Alright? And I call them accordingly. I don't discriminate because I make fun of everyone equally.
I'm just gonna say this right now. If you get offended, this is not the podcast for you.
No, we more or less speak our mind.
Yeah, like we don't give a fuck.
No.
If this gets taken out off of YouTube, we don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's not like we're losing income. It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know.
Like my shit on YouTube isn't fucking monetized, so I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, no, I really want to play this new Left 4 Dead update.
Oh, speaking of offended, I gotta tell you what happened at work.
Oh.
So I took off my gloves and I was throwing it to the garbage can, but I was doing it behind my shoulder and I was like, Kobe, and I completely it was a bad shot, and one of the guys was like, man, you fucking suck. I'm like, hey, it landed just like Kobe, and he's like, too soon, but that was funny as fuck, and I like, I'm like, but it didn't roll like Kobe though. He's like, hey, now you're just pushing it. I'm like, dude, come on. Those jokes are fire, no pun intended. And I was like, I'll stop.
You're a dick.
Dude, I made fun of Paul Walker the day he died. I made fun of Ryan Dunn the way he died, the day he died.
Yeah.
No. The only two things I didn't make fun of the day they died was Robin Williams and Harambe. Because Dick's out for Harambe.
Dick's out for Harambe. No.
And that dude who stole that airplane in Alaska.
Was it Alaska? I thought it was Washington.
Oh, it was Washington. That's right.
No, I made an equally offensive joke the other day. Chilling with one of my friends. And I just kind of looked at him. Hey, do you want to play a game? He looks at me. Sure. What game? Alright, so you're a cat, and I'll be Shane Dawson.
Oh my god. Okay.
Burning bridges before we even make a bridge to.
Okay, I got another one, and I'll let you use this. You'd be like, hey, you want to play a game? And they'll be like, sure. You'd be like, you'll be a cat, and I'll be a Linity.
Just pour vodka down their throat,
And throw you over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yay.
That same friend, I kind of looked at him. It's okay, we can play another game. You be Poland, I'll be Russia and Germany.
Oh my god. Okay, that reminds me. So the other day, I was leaving work, right? And I was talking with, or we'll say K, because I don't want to say his name. And we were walking right by the magazine rack. No, K.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were walking by the magazine racks, and I so happened to look to my right, and there was a certain magazine that was looking directly at me, and I started laughing my ass off. And one of the cart washer people, they were with us, and she was like, "What?" And Kay turns around, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "This is too funny not to make up." And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "What am I pointing to?" And he goes, "A magazine." I'm like, "Who's on the cover?" And he goes, "Anne Frank." I'm like, "Why is it that there's a fucking magazine of a Jew looking at a German?" And the cart washer person was like, "Oh, you couldn't even say that person's name. You just had to go right to the Jew." I'm like, I mean, I would be pissed if someone read my diary.
I mean, okay.
But like, of all things, it's like, and it wasn't like a small little picture. Like, this fucking thing was just like, poof. You had a face full of Jew.
I wasn't anywhere near you.
I know. Dude, the next time you get family photos taken, like, you should put a wig on and try and recreate the Anne Frank photo.
I am not getting an address. Fuck you.
Might get us another
Sure, it's not
sponsor.
coffee, but
It might get us another sponsor.
I mean, I'll just say I'm trans or something, and everyone.
Oh, it's okay. He's a she. It's all right.
No, before anyone asks, no, I am not like a religious Jew. I've been told my whole life I have Jewish blood, so I just have gone with it. Because fuck it, why not?
And I just
I'm an
hate
interesting
Jews.
guy. That's, well.
That's a joke, obviously, because I'm friends with you.
I mean, you don't have to like me to be my friend. You can hate my fucking guts. You're just
That's
stuck with me, asshole.
that's true. I cannot fucking stand you. Some reason you keep on breaking out of the goddamn camp.
Hey, look. Your ashtray wasn't big enough. Your oven wasn't big enough.
Okay.
We need to
We
stop.
should simmer this down a little bit. Oh, my mom's gonna just not be happy with this one.
Nope. Penguin's mom's approval. There's 2 thumbs down.
Oh, very 2 thumbs down and a foot up my ass.
And shit, it might be bad enough I get a scolding. Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. I don't know if your mom's gonna listen to this.
No, my mom doesn't care. I'm talking about a scolding from your mom.
Oh, yeah. You come over and she's just tapping her foot. And you'll be like, "Hey," and she'll be like, "Don't even fucking say a word to me."
Yep, nope. I could absolutely see that happening.
So, do you have any topics?
Do I have any topics? Oh, I don't know. At least not for this podcast. Like, kind of want to make the joke about how fucked America is with the first presidential debate. But,
Nah, I want to stay away from politics.
yeah, like I said, not for this podcast. But
I could tell you about my adventures working for Staley Farms.
actually, but real quick,
Oh.
I do want to bring up a part of the presidential debate.
Oh, Jesus
Not
Christ.
not anything that like happened in the debate. Just like I've said in the previous podcast, I work at a gas station. I did not have to watch the debate to know how bad it was, because the night the debate happened on a Tuesday, the end of the debate directly correlated with the amount of beer sales I made. Like, I was like, wow, we're selling a lot of beer. Was it that bad? I finally had one guy look at me. He's like, look, it was 2 old white guys yelling at each other. No one actually debated. So, we're fucked. And I'm going to be drunk for it. I'm like, alright, dope.
Hey, if you think about it, though, the fly chose Pence over Camilla, so. Even the fly's sick of the Democrats. Okay, let's steer away from politics. So,
Yes.
Hold on. Yeah. I used to work for, since it's October, I guess I could tell this story. I used to work for a haunted house. It was a haunted corn maze, called Staley Haunted Farms. And no, this is not a shout out. I fucking hate them. But me, one of my closest friends, and his brother, we all worked in the field. And
Phrasing.
sort of. And I can't tell you how many people we actually made like freeze and fall. But the last year we were there, we worked in this trailer, but it was 3D painted, and people would get 3D glasses, and we'd be 3D painted. That was the first and only year we've actually made someone shit themselves. And I was lucky enough to work in the back, so I didn't have to smell it.
Oh God.
But
I mean, it's funny, but I feel bad.
yeah, I officially retired from scaring people after that year, for reasons to do with the field, and I decided that the next year I was actually gonna, be a paying customer, even though I fucking hate that place, just to see how bad it was, I guess. And one person remembered me, and she came up and she's like, "Do you not remember me?" I'm like, "No, not one bit." And she's like, "You used to scare me all the time." I'm like, "I scared 3 fucking people all the time. Like, you're nothing special." And she goes, "Well, now it's my turn to get even." I'm like, "Good luck." And she screams like bloody murder right in my right ear. I'm like, "Joke's on you. A shotgun took that hearing away a long time ago." So she moved and she screamed into my left ear. I'm like, "Joke's on you. That's a .45 caliber that took that hearing." And yeah, fuck that place.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I went to Staley Farm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had fun, but it was just because I was making fun of people.
I mean, that just sounds like regular work.
Not really. Regular work, I tend to get paid, not have to do the paying. They're open this year. I might go, but I don't want to go by myself. Ooh, we could have a bros night.
Man, I don't think I've ever been to like a haunted house or anything like that. No, I've been to one.
I can guarantee you will laugh your fucking ass off of how bad it is. Like, their face paint job is just so shit.
Look, I don't handle scary well. Like, it's
dude,
not that
you won't get scared.
Not like I am terrified. Like, I get so anxious. And
like,
when something happens, it's like fists clench and I'm ready to just strike and run.
Let's just say that this, like, it's like a modern day horror movie. You know where it's gonna come from.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, when I went, I called where it was about to happen. I mean, there was one person though that did kind of like, they tricked me, but they didn't scare me. They just like jumped out. Like, they didn't like try and scare me. They jumped out and they went rawr. And I was like, that was a good one. You tricked me on that one. And I just kept walking. Then the person with the chainsaw came out, and I'm just laughing.
No.
It's not scary. Mainly because you know that they can't touch you unless you touch them. To which even then they'll be like, "Don't touch me." The first year, someone decided they wanted to touch me, and I shoved them almost into the corn. I ain't putting up with that bullshit.
I'll just walk in there with my dick out. Today's sponsor.
They'll be like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Sponsors."
Oh, man.
I had topics, like I said, but now I can't remember any of them.
Have you been dabbling in the marijuanas again? You know that's a memory loss drug.
No, because I am a concealed carry holder and I own firearms, so I cannot dabble in the devil's lettuce.
Dude, lettuce. I'm a fat man. I'm on a diet.
I said devil's lettuce.
I don't care what kind of lettuce you're talking about. Arugula, whatever.
Dude, you're so fucking fat that you think I'm talking about food. Hey, Troy, I do have one question, though.
I have one answer.
Will you do the truffle shuffle?
No. Maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you'll do it.
Bitch. Just because you said I'll do it, I'm not going to.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Oh, you're so doing it.
I'm not.
Um,
I've lived my entire life because I'm a spiteful asshole. I'll die because I'm a spiteful asshole. Nah, fam.
you won't do it, pussy.
You're right, because you said I would do it.
You won't do it, pussy. Pussy.
You are what you eat.
Dick.
That just means I'm everything, man.
I'm an asshole.
Next week's sponsor, my asshole.
Do you like Caesar salad? Do you like romaine salad? How about tossing the salad?
Well, with my asshole, today's sponsor, my asshole. With our last week's sponsor, my dick.
Get the combination of dicks and asshole.
Where did this podcast go?
Dicks and assholes, apparently.
With like a slight bit of political lingo. And
Just a slight, in which I don't want to do politics.
no. But
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was okay.
Do you need an exorcist?
Possibility.
Are you sure?
No.
I mean, I can find one.
Nah, it's cool. They'll see me and they'll like, oh, he's not a 12-year-old boy. Never mind.
But I don't know.
Because exorcists are Catholic and I'm not a 12-year-old boy. They touch kids.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
They don't touch kids. They use them as dick cozies, alright?
Dude, you're not going to believe this. I'm looking at the news right now, and the Catholic Church just sponsored Joe Biden. They're now going to funnel kids together. Can you, I mean, we're past an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, there was some news we talked about before we got on, but I don't know if we want to talk about that until, like, more info comes out, or if we want to talk about it at all.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think we should talk about it, because that's more personal shit.
Yeah.
And if that were to leak out, like if some person were to see this, or hear it, I guess, they could take that and fuck up the whole situation. So I would say no. Wait, are we talking about Rooster Teeth?
Yes.
Oh, that, yeah. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I unsubscribed from Rooster Teeth for fucking like a year now. Like, the more and more they went fucking liberal, I was like, no.
I mean, I didn't really care about that. It was
Like,
just...
the moment Ray left, it just went downhill.
It was just the... I'm very much against, like, trying to censor old stuff, because what isn't okay today was okay back then. And when they started doing that is when I just kind of,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like with Joel Heyman.
Yep, they did Joel wrong.
They fucked him over hardcore. And it's just because he didn't side with their political beliefs. And he said what he wanted to say on Twitter and didn't give a shit if you believed him or not. And apparently Rooster Teeth is that kind of company that says, listen, you're either, agreeing with what we have to say, or, yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that Bernie Burns is just like, hey, well, I'm quitting the company and I'm leaving America. So it's like...
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah. I like my guns too much.
Yeah, this got political again.
Yeah, it did.
I was just talking about how 2 of their members just, like, had all these accusations all of a sudden.
Well,
But,
Ryan Hayward straight up admitted it. So with him, it's not a fucking accusation. It's straight up true. And then Kovic, I mean, there's pictures. There's, like, pictures have been leaked. And he hasn't said anything. He hasn't said, like, oh, it's true or it's not true and this is horseshit. Like, he just has not said anything. So that's not looking good.
I don't know if silence is more damning or not, but...
Yeah. Like, at least try and defend yourself if it's not true.
Yeah.
But I mean, these pictures that are leaked, it's not looking good. I will say this though, Adam Kovic not circumcised.
Okay. All right, that's info that I have in my head now.
But I guess he also like leaked, like he kind of fucked his wife over too, because like I was looking at these I wouldn't say DMs or anything like that. It was the person that was talking about the accusations or something like that. They leaked one photo that he took of his wife, pretty much in her underwear, and posted it on the internet.
I mean, that's shitty.
Yeah, and I don't know if she was okay with it or not, but it's still fucked up.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just have no shame. But if for some reason people start knowing me and recognizing me, I'm gonna just leak my own pics. Like, fuck it. I don't care. You're not gonna blackmail me. Thanks to our sponsor.
You don't have to leak anything if they go with our sponsor. Remember, code 3.5 inches.
Or also our secondary code, Troy's number.
No, but I mean, their shit hasn't been entertaining for years. Like, I just lost interest.
Sometimes the podcast has its moments.
Dude, I haven't listened to a podcast in a long time.
And Always Open was a lot of fun. I enjoyed Always Open. I think my favorite show that they had that they're no longer doing is
X-Ray and Vab.
No.
That was it. That sports talk one.
No, it was like the game show one.
Oh, they stopped that?
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought it was hilarious, but I mean,
It just shows how much I give a fuck about them. So, I mean, they're that company's tanking. So,
I mean, it would seem so.
I give it like less than 5 years.
Well, honestly, nothing but the best to anyone in that.
Just like our podcast.
I mean, look, if we make the podcast 5 years, like, we just need to celebrate. Like, every year we'll just have to get some drinks and, you know.
We did it this long, boys. Whoa.
Just fucking once a year we have a drunk podcast and see what happens.
Oh my god, that would be funny as fuck. So my buddy Poison Cashew, he has a Discord, and he wants to join on one of the podcasts. So he's moving into a new place, and so once he gets all that shit settled in, whatnot, and he actually gets a decent day off, then we'll all do that.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I mean, I've had very few conversations with him, so it'll be interesting to see how our personalities mesh.
Yeah. I don't know how well that's gonna turn out.
You heard it here, folks. We're gonna do a test, and you're the guinea pigs.
Yeah. That's not gonna go well.
Cashew.
Well, he has his name is a Ouija demon, so yeah, devil worshiper like me.
And then there's Troy.
I mean, I like your name. I'm not gonna say it.
Wait, what?
SMD pad. Fuck it. I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
Oh, on Discord.
Yep.
Oh.
I just looked at your fucking name.
Well.
Here's mine. Flying Penguin 87. Send us a message.
Yeah, I can't guarantee
I'll delete it.
I'll just Show you
Unless,
no sponsor.
fucking hell. As your attorney, I highly advise you to ask their age first.
Well, send a picture of your license, and then I'll show you our
And your social security number.
And the last four digits of your credit card.
Yeah,
And
because
three numbers on
there's
the back.
single MILFs that need to be fucked.
They're hot singles in my area, and they need all of that information. All right.
The 3.5 inch. But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, we'll try and figure out some topics or something for him.
Yeah, so next week we will be much more prepared than we are. I feel
Yeah.
like we rambled a lot this episode.
Yeah, we rambled a lot. Like, we're still getting used to these chats, considering the fact that I'm talking with a robot.
And, well, I'll hopefully fix that next time.
Hopefully.
If needs be, I'll just actually buy a mic rather than a headset.
The mic that I bought, dude, it's like $100.
I mean, I'll let you know when I have $100 to spend.
I mean, Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, but I've always been a naughty boy.
That was fucking gay. Alright, let's end it on that note.
Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Troy.
This is Steven. This is the Unfiltered Podcast. Probably changing the name. So, see you guys next week.